guys, how's it going? I hope you're having a very good day. So for today's book review, I will be talking about Carrie by Stephen King. I will also be doing the movie reviews, the original 1976 Carrie film, as well as the newest remake that was released this year, 2013. So let's get started with what Carrie is all about. Our main character, of course, is Carrie White. At the beginning of the story, we find out something very horrible has happened to her in the girls' locker room, and we get to see how this event affects everyone, not only Carrie White and the students at the high school she attends, but the rest of the town gets affected by this as well. The craziness that happens within the story is larger than I had expected, and that was amazing. We also get to find out that Carrie has telekinetic abilities. When Carrie is under immense stress, she is able to use her telekinetic powers. So that's a quick synopsis of what Carrie is all about. Next, let's talk about the characters. One of the most surprising aspects of this book, I wasn't expecting to like a lot of the characters. First of all, Carrie White. Carrie was surprisingly normal, you know, aside from her telekinetic abilities. Like any other teenager, she wants to fit in. Carrie's living circumstances, she lives with her mother, who is a religious zealot. She is very controlling. Carrie wants to distance herself away from what her mother wants. She wants to do the normal things that teenagers do. So although her only relationship is really with her mother, she wants to branch out of that and, you know, hang out with other people and get to know the world and other things. So I thought Carrie's development was really great throughout the story, and how it all spirals out of control at the end was amazing and intense. Let's talk about the other characters. The teenagers and the administrators of the school, I was super surprised about. Not gonna lie, I had prejudices against a lot of these characters going into the story, because we know the prom night scene and what happens to Carrie. If you don't, then you'll read it and you'll know. But going into the story, I felt that they're all a bunch of snots who doesn't care about Carrie, and boy was I wrong about a lot of these characters. So there were a lot of oh snap moments for me, which I thought was really great, and I'll talk about that in the spoilers too, my favorite oh snap moments. But of course we have the antagonists, who are portrayed exactly as the scumbags that they are, and you know, this is why they can't have nice things, so they ruined it for everyone. They did. Next, guys, let's talk about the plot of Carrie. I really enjoyed the plot as well, and how it was told. The story is told from a lot of perspectives, from Carrie's perspective, from different characters' perspectives. The plot is also told through reports and journals. The reports and the journals kind of work as the outside perspective. So it was really great to see the reports and journals ask questions that I have, and so I thought that was really great. So it was a very immersive experience, I thought. The pacing overall was steady pace. It gets more intense, of course, at the end of the book. Overall, I was engaged throughout a lot of the story, so that was good. As far as scare factor goes, it's definitely dark, it's definitely unsettling. So that being said, guys, I'm going to give Carrie by Stephen King 4 stars out of 5. I really enjoyed the read. Next, guys, let's get into the movie reviews. First of all, the 1976 version starring Sissy Spacek, as well as John Travolta. He's not starring in it, mind you. But anyways, I really did like the movie. The adaptation aspect, not so great, but there were aspects of the movie I did like. One of them being Sissy Spacek. I thought she was fantastic as Carrie. She really portrayed the character very well. Her eyes, her gaze penetrated you and looked deep within your soul. Billy Nolan, who was played by John Travolta, not good. Too cheesy and corny, and not the sick bastard Billy Nolan was in the book. Other aspects of the movie I did enjoy was the sound design, and when Carrie would use her telekinetic power, something you don't get nowadays in modern movies. Also, the filming style in general was quite different for its time, I believe. How it used split screen. The film also used a lot of the dialogue, which is fantastic as well, so I really liked that aspect. The mom was super creepy, which I really liked, and the ending was fantastic. I wasn't expecting to be scared at the very end, so that was really great, and it really got the heart pumping. So those were the aspects of the original film I did enjoy. Yes, it's definitely a dated movie. It was filmed during the late 1970s, so that hair and the clothes. With that being said, guys, I'm going to give the original 1976 Carrie film 3 stars out of 5. I did like it. I felt the whole prom night scene was fantastic. The sound design was great. But as for an adaptation, I was wanting more. I was wanting more darker. Next are my thoughts on the recent 2013 remake. I didn't realize it was a remake of the original 1976 version. I was hoping this newest adaptation would be just that. It would be a new adaptation of the book where it would incorporate more aspects of the book into this film. They did a little bit, but not as much as I was hoping it would, which was sorely disappointing. But first, guys, let's talk about the acting. Starring Chloe Grace Moretz as well as Ansel Elgort, who plays Tommy Ross in this one. He is so cute. So first, Chloe Moretz. I do love and adore Chloe Moretz, and although I do love her, I didn't love her in this adaptation. I felt maybe she was miscast. I didn't feel Chloe really embodied the Carrie character all that well. Next, let's talk about Ansel, who plays Tommy Ross. It was great, I thought, as Tommy Ross, who is charismatic. He also had this jock bro vibe to him. He was also goofy as well, which I thought was good. And Billy Nolan was portrayed much better in this adaptation. I thought he was more darker and more rebellious. As far as the production value, the production quality had this very shiny quality to it. It was overly produced, I felt. I wanted it to be more darker, more roughed up, and this is just a very shiny, polished Hollywood version of Carrie. The prom night scene I thought was portrayed very well. Again, the blood on Carrie was overly produced. Blood does not, you know, fall down in those specific perfect places. Overall, everything looked really great, but I believe it hindered it more than it helped. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to give the 2013 remake 2.5 out of 5 stars. I was definitely disappointed by the remake. I was hoping for it to incorporate more of the book. There are definitely aspects of the original film that I liked better than the 2013 remake, and there are aspects of the 2013 remake that I liked better than the original film, but overall it didn't push it further enough for me. What was definitely missing, what I was hoping for both of these films, that it would represent how powerful Carrie is and the scale of her destruction. You do not see that in either of the films. I was hoping to see this grand spectacle of destruction, and you do not get it, and I was sorely disappointed by that because in the book it's fantastic. If you have watched the original 1976 film of Carrie, I don't know if it's a must-see to see the remake because we already know what happens, but if you're a big fan of Chloe Moretz and you want to check out Ansel, maybe you'd want to check it out, possibly. So those are my thoughts on the book as well as the movies. Next, I want to get into the spoilers. Spoiler alert, guys, there's gonna be spoilers. Alright, let's talk about the things I really liked. First of all, the characters, guys. Like I said, I was super surprised about a lot of these characters. There were a lot of oh snap moments. One of them being Miss Dejarn calling out Chris and, you know, telling her if she skips out on any detention, you are not going to prom. I thought that was great. Also, when Sue Snell called out Chris, I thought that was great on Sue to tell her off. And lastly, the principal of the school who told off Chris's dad. Chris was definitely one of the early Draco Malfoys. Wait till my father hears about this. And so she calls her dad to talk to the principal to threaten him to let Chris go to the prom. And then the principal threatens Chris's dad with a lawsuit, and it was like, oh, snap, snap, snap. It was fantastic. It was great. So I really enjoyed all of these characters, you know, calling out Chris's bad behavior. So I thought that was fantastic. Other surprising characters was Sue Snell and Tommy Ross. I didn't think that they were genuine in Tommy asking Carrie out to the prom. I thought there was some ulterior motive there. I was skeptical till the end. I had to read till the very end to see if there was something going on behind the scenes, and apparently there wasn't. Yeah, that's it. That's all really I have in mind that stood out to me that I wanted to talk about. So that is everything, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this very, hopefully not long video. I will talk to you guys later. Have a very good one. Bye.